Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka Quant. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first and foremost, QuarterCon 2022. This has been the big event that we have been waiting for. And we do see down here from Quant, we're at QuarterCon 2022 this afternoon, and we'll be bringing you some live highlights from Gilbert Verdian's session about the convergence of traditional and decentralized finance. Stay tuned. And we actually do see here shaping the future of regulated markets. Down here, in addition to Gilbert Verdian, there's going to be individuals from BCB Crypto, as well as Inside R3 and SDX Global. Funny thing about BCB Crypto, we talked about them in the past. And I actually have them open over here. You know, they are focused on moving money instantly 24/7 with no fees. They are also looking at multi-currency transaction banking solutions. Interesting how they are looking at multi-banking solutions with Quant being positioned right next to them. Very interesting there. But we do see the world's fastest growing business banking partner as well. And the crypto scene Epic. And then we do see financial services, all this kind of stuff around crypto. Here's financial services, the gateway to the FX and crypto markets at scale. FX market, $6.6 trillion every single day. Absolute massive. But there's a lot here. Multi-currency transaction banking solutions through cryptocurrency, stablecoins, and even other digital assets. Moving money instantly, buy and sell cryptos at scale at the most competitive, spreads. FX trading in over 30 currencies with the most competitive institutional rates. Like, this is a major name around the institutional grade area. We've been focused on them for a while. We've actually did a breakdown on them. I believe it was in an XDC video. They are a huge name in the UK, of course, a massive giant hub for crypto, and also even Switzerland, who has also been playing with some fire around crypto. And our clients can trade FX and cryptocurrencies quickly at scale, with market leading value. And you can check out their history here. Their team comes from Barclays, PaySafe, Bitstamp, Coinbase, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, FIS, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Investec, Lloyds Commercial Bank, Luno, Norton Rose, Fulbright, FIS, and even Sun Life of Canada. So pretty substantial names here, and their leadership team is pretty substantial, again, with some of the names coming from big areas. Trusted partners worldwide, also backed by global companies like Pantera. Pantera has been a big name around crypto for a while. Very exciting. But nonetheless, we do see down here what we're seeing is a natural evolution of technology. The operational efficiencies are a win-win for all participants. What's really exciting is tokenized money sitting alongside digital assets. I've told you guys time and time again that tokenization will streamline the success rate of crypto and digital asset adoption. Down here, the best way to operate is to aim for the best level of regulatory compliance standards. That's what BaFin did. In the US, it's different. If it's a security, hands off. Down here we have a little bit more though. If you're issuing a security, you'll find there are a lot of regulators who want to regulate you. Renaming it doesn't work. Not hearing the message is a different thing. It's not about competition. The regulator wants compliance to the rules. That the market has grown. We're now seeing that the regulator understands the market. DeFi has been a great learning curve. It's shown what's possible. They're implementing the right level of regulation. It's like any other asset class. Regulators regulate actions, not applications. The approach is, what are the outcomes regardless of applications? We'll see how the experiment plays out. Potentially what DeFi is another distribution channel. Like any channel, it has pros and cons. It takes half an hour to explain to someone what digital assets means. We should distinguish digital securities versus crypto. And then, is regulation helpful to convergence? The whole panel says yes. Will the industry merge, or will DeFi and traditional finance remain distinct? We're heading to a transformation. It's not one against the other. Society is now hyper digital, and I completely agree with Gilbert Verdian here. Honestly, when we look at the convergence of DeFi and traditional finance, to me personally, I think that both of them will be bridged. I think that there's going to be a ton of money flooding into crypto. And I also think that when we look at that flood base, it's going to be multiple connections to one substantial network, aka a DLN powered by Overledger. I think that this is going to be very exciting. I think that all of these major DLTs will play a vital role. And I do think that the amount of money that will surge through crypto is going to truly be mind-blowing. I think that a lot of people are going to be, taken by surprise with how much money will actually flood into crypto. I mean, just the FX markets, for an example. Like I said, with BCB Group, Like, the FX markets is a $6.6 trillion a day market. Like, that's how large some of these major opportunities are for crypto. Also over here, by the way, what's very bullish about QNT, shout out to Crypto OMC on Twitter, QNT is averaging about 8 to 10 new wallets per hour every hour, 7 days a week. Some will be new wallets of existing holders, some new wallets of new holders, and some will be enterprises adding wallets to fund anticipated development needs. At these levels, that's about 2,000 a day. And yeah, the wallets on Quant has been truly shaping up to be incredible. There's going to be a lot more adoption of QNT going forward as well, I believe. And yeah, when we have enterprises and institutional investors jumping into QNT, I think that these 2,000 a day, I think that that's going to not only increase rapidly, but we are going to see a lot more wallets a day, probably about like 4,000, 5,000. Who knows? We might even see 10,000 a day at some point in time. Remember, Bitcoin has like 43 million total addresses. Right now, we're sitting at about like 70,000. So we haven't even scratched the surface of where QNT is going to be positioned. Give it like 5 or 10 years, and I'm telling you right now, QNT is going to be that token that shocks everyone, just like Bitcoin did, going from dollar figures amount to 70K. QNT will probably have that same exact mimicked run, and it's going to be very exciting. And even right now, a lot of people doubt QNT. They're saying, no way can it be $10,000, no way can it be $50,000, and I cannot wait for those individuals to be shut up and shut down by QNT's price action. Also, shout out to Son and L11 over here. We do see this is the two-tier CBDC model, which is also implemented in LAC chain with IDB, owned by 48 countries, and QNT. Learn more. And we do see down here from the Altcoin Hub, the Digital Euro project includes commercial banks as intermediaries and not protocols like in DeFi. And then we do see down here, see second pictures of the two-tier CBDC model. And here you guys have the CBDC model. This is the two-tier system. This is basically how things will work. You will still have to have that intermediary that is connecting all of them, though. And I think that this is great because it's a multi-CBDC, overall system, and you're going to have something that is going to communicate all of it together. We do see cross-border, but possibly even more importantly for QNT, central bank to retail banks. This is in line with the BIS two-tier CBDC model in Latin America, and you do have it here, or a single country CBDC when CBD or CB ledger and the ledgers operated by payment providers for their clients are using different frameworks. There's going to be multi-frameworks. There's going to be multi-systems. Everything is going to run on a multi-system. It's not going to be a one CBDC fits all. It's not going to be a one DLT fits all. I've always said this on this channel every single time that I do talk about QNT or even specific DLTs. Everyone wants to go all in on their favorite DLT. And I think that that is, up to you. Whatever you want to invest is up to you. But to me, it makes no sense. To me, I put a lot of my, money into QNT. But again, I also invest into other major assets. I hold Casper, I hold HBAR, I hold XRP, I hold Algorand, A0. I hold so many tokens of my favorite DLTs and my favorite tokens that I do believe will perform very well going into the future. I'm very diversified, but at the end of the day, I understand exactly what's going to connect them all and provide immense amount of value, and that is QNT. What do you see down here? Almost all central banks will go for a two-tier CBDC model. Reason: use current infrastructure of retail banks for customer base, KYC, AML, etc., because central banks don't want to fix any of it. Prototypes are everywhere, and you have Gilbert Verdian interested in this post from the BIS Innovation Hub London Center today invited companies and organizations interested in developing API prototypes for distributing CBDCs to submit expressions of interest to join the Project Rosalind users and advisors group. Two-tier distribution model. Central bank at the foundation of the retail CBDC system and customer-facing activities carried out by the private sector. All of this goes hand in hand on how everything is going to be working. And by the way, this is a joint experiment with the Bank of England. We already know that Quant has made its name known in England, and it's very exciting to say the least, for the fundamentals to really kind of be shaping up to be a very incredible future for QNT. Also, bonus LAC chain insights, and LAC chain is huge CBDC for 12 countries. Each jurisdiction can have its own infrastructure, pick their own DLT, can connect directly into the existing legacy infrastructure, not one way, but next generation interoperability DVP. Corridors with Citibank Italy already as well. It is very exciting. I really just want you guys to all understand how exciting it is to be a QNT holder right now. I mean, seeing everything kind of morph into reality around the ECB, around the World Economic Forum, the IMF, all of this. CBDCs are coming to life every single day. everything is shaping up to really be very exciting for QNT. Anybody that is holding QNT should also be very excited by all of these major announcements around CBDCs, because all of it does play into the success rate of, Quant as well as QNT as a token. And, I think that seeing all of this happening at a very rapid pace is it's just mind-blowing how fast things have moved in just the last couple of months. I mean, 2022 seems like it came and went like nothing. But in the last almost 10 months, we have seen update after update around CBDCs. We've also been seeing update after update from Quant. I mean, going back to the beginning tweet here, if you go over to Quant's, Twitter and you look through everything, I mean, just in the last couple weeks, we've been seeing massive updates around growth within the ecosystem. Them hiring massive amounts of names, CBDCs, a multi-channel future, a multi-network future. Everything's talking about a multi, system. Because that is becoming the reality of it. They are looking at hiring massive amounts of developers, obviously, to underpin what they are building. I mean, listen, they need a substantial team to build what they are trying to accomplish here. But it's update after update from Quant, and it's very exciting how fast things have been moving. And by the way, this is just Quant. I could go over to the ECB, for an example, and find 100 different tweets talking about digitization around digital assets and stable coins and crypto. If you have been in this market for the last couple months, if you have been paying attention to everything, you've probably seen it all. You've seen everything moving extremely fast. I mean, it really isn't a surprise at this point in time that, Quant will become the major leading name around crypto, because they are looking at this from a bird's eye view of looking at a visionary aspect of the future for crypto. I mean, think about it, right? You are this company that is focused on not only blockchain interoperability, but legacy interoperability to the crypto markets. Why would you be looking at that, 5-10 years ago? Which, by the way, that's when it started. It happened 10 years ago now. They were really kind of looking at interoperability. It's because they seen the opportunity and they seized it. When you look at where Bitcoin is currently, you're seeing a lot of Bitcoin adoption. But DLT adoption of XRP, HBAR, Algorand, all of them has been ignited, and it's spreading so fast. Crypto is, I mean, every single day I hear crypto being talked about on mainstream media, sites and channels. We see the ECB, the IMF, the World Economic Forum, all of these massive names being extremely, bullish on crypto. And just recently, we've seen the US CBDC being talked about, greatly from the Federal Reserve. It's crazy. It absolutely is crazy being a part of this market during, these incredible times. And I really hope that you guys have been noticing it as well. If you have, comment down below. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.